Hi, Shalom. This is Rabbi Yehuda Levin. I hope you visit us at our website, God Reign Over Us, REIGN, GodReignOverUs.com. Let's discuss recent developments. I think it was Tuesday, November the 7th, we informed the media that we were going to pray for rain on the steps of Atlanta the following day, on Wednesday the 8th. And around that time, the governor of the state of Atlanta decided to do the same thing, and he did it earlier this week. I think it was Tuesday the 12th or the 13th, and a night later there was rain. However, the next few days they are predicting sunshine. It's great to see that there was rain, because God does, of course, answer prayers. However, the point that is very important to be made is that we need a lot of rain to end the drought in the south. And not only do we need a lot of rain, but we also need to stop other natural disasters. And the way to do this is not just by pro forma prayer. It's not just by the ritual of prayer. It's important that it also be with introspection and repentance. And that's why it's so important when millions of people of our great nation are focused on the fact that there have been prayers issued for the ending and the resolution of the drought. It's important that we now go to the next step and we talk about bringing back decency and morality and God's reign to America. And if we accept God's reign, if we accept that we're not the masters of this country, that there's an instruction booklet, there's a Torah, there's a Bible, there's time-honored morality and decency. If we accept this and we pledge to champion this by signing the petition on GodReignOverUs.com, indicating that we are going to declare war on the politicians who have been messing up our spiritual and physical environment by polluting the airwaves, the media, the internet, with smut, with pornography, by championing perversion and deviance, by aborting innocent babies. If we take this step, then we can be sure God will reign over us and shower us with many blessings. Now here's the next step. One of the most powerful and prominent talk shows in this country is the radio talk show of Michael Savage. I'm a great fan of Michael Savage. I agree with around 80 to 90% of what he says and what he stands for. I've had the honor and the opportunity to be on the Savage program supporting Judge Roy Moore of Alabama with the Ten Commandments struggle. I was on his program from Jerusalem, Israel, fighting against sodomy parades, the homosexualization of the Holy Land, the attempt of a gay takeover of the Holy Land. I was on his program on the issue of Terry Schiavo, the poor woman in Florida whose husband wanted to put her to death, just like you put a dog out of its misery. And so I've been on the Michael Savage program as far back as when Joe Lieberman was first running for president, and a group of us, rabbis, excommunicated Senator Joe Lieberman because although he's a nice guy, he was busy championing homosexual legislation and a partial birth abortion, which is certainly not the Torah Orthodox Jewish way. Yet recently I've been trying to get a message to Michael Savage, who is forming a new national conservative organization. And Michael, you have been talking so wonderfully and championing a return to God, the fact that God is in control on heaven and earth. And Michael, if only I could get through to you, if somebody listening or seeing this video can get the message to Michael Savage, I would be honored on behalf of the 1,000 rabbis of the Rabbinical Alliance of America and the Union of Orthodox Rabbis of the United States and Canada. I would be honored to represent millions of Torah, biblically observing Torah Jews, Orthodox Jews throughout the world, who would support your push for a return to godly values. And I think that getting people to sign the petition that we have, that petition stating people power, that people are no longer going to vote for any candidates that support abortion on demand, legalized pornography. In other words, they have a laissez-faire attitude towards obscenity, or they support any of the homosexual agenda, and certainly domestic partnership or homosexual marriage, the last thing this country needs, the last step into the abyss of immorality, of deviance. I think that if Michael Savage were to champion this kind of an approach, there's the 20 million people that signed on his website to support his run for presidency, hypothetically. I believe that 20 would turn into 40 million people. Parents who want their kids to have a pure atmosphere. They don't want their kids' brains polluted. Adults who understand the dangers of pornography on the internet and how it's breaking up families. Many, many people, many religious leaders, Michael, would come out of the closet. They would be emboldened by the people power, the people who would urge their church ministers, their rabbis, their imams, their religious leaders to take a leadership role. And all this can happen, Michael. All this can happen with the powerful voice you have on the radio. And a shortcut to the whole problem is in the next few months to get the people to pledge with their names, addresses, if possible phone numbers, emails, to show they're real people. When we have 20 to 40 people saying enough is enough, then we will get back to basics. So I urge people who can, and I issue this open plea to Michael Savage, whom I tried to reach. I don't know how to reach him. I've called the producer's number, begged, and haven't been able to get through. I plead with Michael Savage, with or without our input on your program, if you could start a petition drive like this, if for some reason you don't want the one that's on GodReignOverUs.com, if you can do this immediately, within weeks we will see a diminishing of natural, so-called natural, there's nothing natural, it's all God-made disasters, because He wants to do good for us. He wants to shower us with His blessing. He wants us to be the #1 country in the world, but not if we're exporting homosexuality to the Holy Land and deviance to the rest of the world. Michael, you understand this. Your listeners understand this. We Orthodox Jews understand this. Let's join together in this glorious new conservative movement, this pushback, this power of the people. Thank you very much, and I look forward to speaking to you personally and to your wonderful radio listenership. And if not, I ask people, spread this video around. Let people sign up on the site, and let's get going to bring back God's reign over the US.com. Thank you.